I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars. I see this life like a swinging vine, swing my heart across the line. In my face is flashing signs, take it out and you shall find. Old, but I'm not that old and young, but I'm not that bold. I don't think the world is sold, I'm just thinking what we're told. 'Cause I feel something so right, doing the wrong thing. 'Cause I feel something so wrong, doing the right thing. Could I lie, could I lie? Everything that kills me makes me feel lately. I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. I feel the love and I feel it burn down this river every turn. Hope is a four-letter word, make that money, watch it burn. Old, but I'm not that old and young, but I'm not that bold. I don't think the world is sold, I'm just doing what we're told. 'Cause I feel something so wrong, doing the right thing. Could lie, could lie, could lie. Everything that fills me makes me wanna fly. I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yes! Warm greetings everyone! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from right now, and welcome to Jhermination PV, our hub for health, arts, and business. And I'm your host, Jeremy, here in London. And of course, Junard Kim Nieva, thank you for watching. Francis Arman Kabanlit, thank you for watching. And please write on the comment box where you are watching from. Any comments, suggestions, questions, any violent reactions. Hopefully there's none. But of course, some thumbs up and hearts will be very much appreciated. So don't be shy, give it a try. Hit those buttons now. But before we carry on, I would like to invite everyone to pause for a minute of silence. Let us all remember all those people who died of COVID-19, all those who are fighting for their lives because of COVID-19, all those who are infected of COVID-19, especially those who lost their job because of this pandemic lockdown. Let's pause for a minute of silence. Let's pray for them. Let's all remember them. We are the keeper of light, so others will see it. So, Joel of Bemin, thank you for watching as well. So, Our very special guest for today is a doctor. He's a consultant. He's a consultant. I have worked with this doctor for 3 years when I was a clinical nurse specialist for stroke in one of the NHS trusts in Essex. I have worked with this doctor. He's very cool as a consultant. He's cool. Um, when I say, for those of you who doesn't know A&E, because obviously we use different terms, A&E is what we call emergency department or emergency room. Those of you who are watching from America. So he is a consultant, and he is also slash men's fashion influencer. So let's. He's my guest for today, and I invited him because I would like to for him to share experience during the peak of COVID pandemic, working in a A&E or ER or emergency room department. So let's all welcome our guest for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's coming now. Our guest for tonight is the coolest A&E consultant that I've worked with, where I used to work when I was a clinical nurse specialist for stroke. Here he is, Dr. Neel Reddy, or Dr. Packet Square. We'll talk about that, of course, as we go along. So, Dr. Neel, first of all, thank you very much. Can you hear me properly?
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Jeremy.
So thank you for accepting my invite to be my special guest for tonight. So please greet our Perry viewers here in Jhermination.
Say hello to everyone from who's watching this. I've known Jeremy for 3 years, working with him. He's asked me to come and do this interview, so I see what I can impart on this, and I'll do my best on the interview. But thank you for having me, and hello to everyone.
Thank you. So, Dr. Neel, I always do this to I call it the quick fire questions, right?
Okay.
So, yeah. So, the first thing that will come into your mind, this is just to get to know you more, to warm you up, and of course, to have fun as well in our live streaming. Are you ready for this, Dr. Neel?
100%. Go for it. Go for it.
Great. So, tea or coffee?
Coffee in the morning.
Coffee. Beer or wine?
Wine.
Eat.
Oh, sleep. Definitely sleep.
Weird or crazy?
Oh, crazy.
Crazy.
Variable of night out.
Night out. Are you a papa's boy or a mama's boy?
Mama's boy. 100%.
100%. Money or fame? Money or fame?
Good one, actually. With fame, I can get money. With money, I may not get fame. So fame.
Okay, fair enough. Great answer. Dream or career?
Career.
Career. What is your guilty pleasure?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. What was the last thing that you Googled?
A good one. I just Googled it today. How do I keep my hair healthy?
Wow, okay. So apart from your face, which body part you look most in the mirror?
Good question. Shoulders off late? I don't know.
Okay, yep. What is the lie that you recently told?
That I'm 41. I'm 38.
Oh, okay. So, your strength or your weakness?
So I would love to say weakness, but I focus more on the strength.
Well, do you do what you want to do or do what you're obligated to do?
Oh, definitely do what I want to do.
Absolutely. And what would you tell your 12-year-old self? If you're in front of your 12-year-old self, what would you tell him or yourself?
That's a good question. Don't change anything other people tell you. Just do what you think is right. um, listen to your intuition.
Great one. Thank you very much, Dr. Neel. So,
Thank you.
yeah, the reason why I invited you is because you are a consultant doctor in A&E. A&E,
Yeah.
as what I said, it's equivalent to emergency room, or if you're American, or emergency department. This is like the first point of contact when somebody goes to a hospital, and this is where when you call an ambulance, there's a emergency at home. This is where uh, patients are being brought to first, A&E, and then they're being assessed, they're being managed, and then it's either they go home or they get admitted. So it's a very like fast paced, very stressful, high intensity as well. I would say there will be times, because I've worked in a A&E as a nurse specialist, not as a staff itself, but I can see, the pressure and the stress that can give. So we just know that during this pandemic, the word frontliner became like a household name, but all we know is, we are the frontliners, but I don't think the people has got any idea what frontliners go through, especially when you're on a shift for like 8 to 12 hours. So this is why I invited you, so people will be aware of what we all go through, especially doctors, nurses, and fighting, because the hospital is the battlefield of the COVID-19, an enemy that we don't actually see, but it's a skill like, wow, 44,000. The last time I looked at it days ago, in UK alone. So this pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, was it what you expected it to be, or was it a surprise to you that it will blow up like this when we first
But
heard of
definitely,
COVID?
no, sorry. Yeah, definitely not what I expected. Definitely not what anybody expected, to be honest. I think I'm as much as other people to think it was sort of like a flu, much in
Yeah.
Jan. I'm
Hmm.
as as the other. And that's what we were told to believe. But over the few weeks to follow, soon realized it was a lot worse than the flu, for instance. It's quite horrific to start with. It is more the fear of the unknown. We
Yeah.
didn't know what to expect, and that was hard, sort of hard pill to swallow. And then to see more than 50% of your staff fall sick, and yet you have patients coming in. Yeah, at one given point, it's quite difficult pill to swallow. And it was more a reality check to see what you could do, what you shouldn't do. If you
Hmm.
had a job and you continue to do what you had to do. But I think it wasn't just me alone. The whole staff, especially the nursing, the healthcare assistants, the medias, porters, they were more at risk as much as I know the doctors and nurses get
Hmm.
the applaud all the time, but I think the staff equally a lot more at risk and doing a lot more. And it was unified together. And I think the trust where I worked in, I think it's what made me feel as part of the family and you need to do it together. It's what I meant. I'm told trust we've seen about close to, I'm paraphrasing on someone who said that over 5,000, 6,000 patients, if not more.
Hmm. Would you be able to put on your earphone, because I think there's it wasn't very clear. Let's just try.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. There was just some a bit, it was cutting off a little bit. So yeah, I think it should be better now. So it was really unprecedented. I myself, I didn't expect that it will lifetime. So nobody knows about how this COVID-19 really behaves, and it's really horrifying. As she said as well. So as a doctor, as a really on the front line, really literally you are on the front line, because you are in the emergency department. So was there any fear as the days were coming by, and then we hear about doctors and nurses, becoming infected and dying. Obviously, as a human being, how did it feel to you? Were you have any fear that you will get it and will not make it? Have you had that point in your life? during the pandemic?
Oh, 100% yes. Yeah, there was fear. The fear was for a lot of reasons. One would be the end of the fear was what if one of your colleagues get um,
Mm.
but then I felt like I had a purpose as well, to do what I was doing. So
Mm.
there was a drive to over the fear. And in the end, you soon realize you could be fearful of everything.
Oh, we lost you, Dr. Neil. Hello, Dr. Neil. Maybe it's his internet connection. Thank you for watching. Let's bring him back. We lost Dr. Neil there. Lian, the friend, yes. Our welcome back. We lost you there. We lost you there for a minute.
Did
Yes.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
I think when you spoke about fear, you lost me. So perfect.
Sorry?
You spoke about fear and you lost me.
Yeah. The fear. Yeah. So just carry on. Yeah. Sorry.
So I don't know where you lost me.
Okay. Yeah.
You can hear me.
Yes. I can. Yeah. So the
Yeah.
theory will be especially when we heard about there's a shortage of PPEs, on the around the country. I've heard about there's some hospitals that they PPE wasn't a problem, but uh, in the hospital where you work, was there any challenges in getting the right PPE? Was it delivered on time, or obviously it's quite that's the frightening thing because you get exposed to this coronavirus and you don't have the proper protective equipments. So how was it in the trust where you work?
Oh,
Because there was a
certainly
shortage,
shortage
wasn't it?
of PPE. There's certainly shortage in far across the NHS trusts in England or Northern Ireland because I've had colleagues all across and I've in regular discussion with them. One wasn't just shortage of PPE. Two was the method of usage of PPE or improper use of PPE was quite evident.
Mm.
And I was quite forceful in the fight to get proper PPE for me and for my staff earlier days. And I think
Mm.
our trust sort of set precedence uh, in comparing to the other trusts across. Taking the PHE guidance and having taking the fear of the staff, we kind of soon developed a better PPE protection for more staff
Mm-hmm.
uh, as compared to the other people across. Yeah, certainly.
Because you did a campaign, I've seen in Facebook that you did a campaign on how to get that. That was quite a successful one, bringing it to the attention of the people, and you had success in getting like is it like a funding or something, or how did it go?
So
The
the
campaign
two
that you
things
did.
that yeah, I was speaking publicly in open media platforms. So one, two attention, and four colleagues started up what's called Mass for Heroes program, and that
Mm-hmm.
sort of generated a lot of money, and then they started crowdfunding and delivered PP across. The second one was closely related to the NHS Heroes Report, run by a lady called Sarah Farwell, who's done a great job. And I helped to deliver PPE to various urgent care centers or hospitals or hospices on my day off. It was more personal to me because I knew the importance of it.
Wow, great. So, what is the impact of this pandemic to you physically? I've interviewed a nurse colleague who was working in intensive care, and I don't think people have realized how it has impacted uh, frontliners in terms of physical, emotional, mental, psychological, how is it for you, Dr. Neel?
So I've had a array of emotions, like anyone would have,
Mm.
and I think certain aspects have come better close together. Initially, as we spoke, a reality check, and then you realize there's a bigger purpose here. There's a bigger cause, and so it's sort of not just humbling in your walk of life. You feel like you're doing a job that well deserved. And I'm sure a lot of colleagues of mine have gone through similar emotions, either come
Mm.
out strong or have taken the brunt of it and had an impact. But I suppose uniform together, um, better outcome for them would be when you work together. They get a better understanding of it. And I've had a roller coaster of emotions to start with, but I feel it's in a better state now, much better state now than it was to start with. Working with them.
So keeping that well-being is really important, especially during these times of COVID.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I mean, one of the first few things I did was stop watching the news. I think that is pointless to me because I know, and everybody blames the media, but then that's what media is for. So nobody's going to watch news if it wasn't sensationalized or made for you to watch it. And nobody will listen to it if it's still sort of a good news. Everyone a drama. Everyone wants the news. We watched the number of death tally in each country. It's not like a medal tally in Olympics, you know.
Yeah.
So the difference. We watched soccer news. Can you hear me properly, Jeremy? Or is it echoing?
It's cutting off a little bit. Cutting off a little bit.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
heard me then?
So did you have this I'm just curious, because my colleague, some of my colleagues, they like develop like a PTSD, like a post-traumatic stress disorder, like they can see like flashback when during their sleep, and then one of my colleagues said it was like dream. They still got a mask on. Did you have that kind of experience?
I personally haven't, but I know people who have. I could have. I've been lucky enough not to get that far, but I know some friends or colleagues who've had it and been sick with it,
Mm.
and almost had a reality check as what could have been the worst outcome, but they've come out the other side of it.
Mm.
And now I'm sure they get certain flashing moments. But I think that's only natural,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah. It's like
but I haven't.
good thing. It's like the soldiers going to the war, isn't it? That's why the frontliners are the like modern day soldiers against somebody we don't see actually, but was able to kill a lot of like 44K in Ukraine. What was the greatest challenge during the COVID-19?
But I think the unexpected was the biggest challenge because we didn't know what to expect. Right? It was completely new. We were unaware of what to see, what the outcome was, and every time the data was changing, every time you see somebody else with a different kind of illness, and there was a point where there were variable different presentations of the same COVID case, but it was so weird and wonderful, as in we don't know what was causing it.
Mm.
So that was a big challenge. The second challenge was for us to stay together because everyone had to work together.
Yeah, yeah.
With fear, you can't do much. You can think well. Those are quite challenges to solve. Now we're better prepared now than you were. But
So this pandemic, during the last 90 days or 3 months, how has it changed you? Number one, as a person, and number two, as a doctor.
change me as a person. enormously. I started running now. I did run before. And so, and keeping myself more healthy, eating better. I suppose a lot of people are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And as a doctor, I feel more purposeful now than ever did before. So it's definitely helped me in both regards, but still watchful and empathetic to people who've gone through tough time.
So now that everything is slowly coming back, everything is starting to open. Um, what do you think about the second wave? People obviously at the back of our minds. People are becoming complacent, not observing social distancing and wearing the mask. Um, Obviously, as a doctor, you have this, probably you have like a tool or predictor nationally. Is there going to have what do you think about the second wave?
So it's difficult to predict a second wave, and I hope we don't get a second wave.
Yep.
But the reality is, the virus is here. Not gone anywhere. It's here. So it's in the UK and it's here to stay, like the flu.
Okay, yeah.
And there's fair evidence to suggest it gets more virulent during different temperatures, like during winter.
Wow.
So you need to have wave up and down, up and down. You don't want it to get too high like it did early on this year. But then it's here. It'd be much like flu that we have every year. Even once we get the vaccine, you never get to a point where we need it once every year. So everyone should still be cautious, but not have fear of overtaking.
As long as we observe, social distancing, washing of hands, wearing the
Yeah,
mask.
exactly. So be a bit more watchful and cautious, and don't be fearful. Like you can't step out of the house. That's like how long for? So that's a bit more fearful, right?
So I just want to know your thoughts, Dr. Neel. Before every Thursday at 8 o'clock, we have this NHS clapping, right? And then few weeks later, the government has announced, that they're not going to, they will have pay cuts, job cuts for the NHS, and there will be no pay rise. What are your thoughts about it? Obviously, when you look at Facebook, there are like mixed emotions about this one. What are your thoughts about this one?
Say hypocrisy. I think that's what I think. It's quite hypocritical. I mean, the public is all towards in favor of the NHS, and that's the public's initiative to clap. But I'm not sure the government thinks the same. I don't want to stand here and bash the government because I'm sure they're doing what they can do best.
Mm-hmm.
As much as clapping was nice to a certain regard, but it's not what most of us go to work for everyone to stand and clap. I'd be better off if public cannot abuse you to the staff when they come into hospitals, or for instance, I don't think there should be car parking fees for the staff. And that's, I mean, stuff like that. I think that I'm not asking for a pay rise. I think paying for car park and most trust for the staff.
Yeah.
Is sort of a point.
So, in your own personal opinion, do you think doctors are well compensated in this country?
Compensated, as in financially, or you mean in the US?
Yep. As doctors in general.
For a doctor alone, because I think there's more workforce that gets into NHS apart from just doctors. As I was saying earlier, most of the admiration goes for doctors and nurses alone, but there's huge force involved to make it happen. And I personally don't think they have everybody is well appreciated both financially and supported emotionally otherwise as well. I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. So, if you will have the chance to meet our Prime Minister, what would you tell him as a doctor in the NHS, a consultant? What would you tell Boris Johnson?
Well, I tell you what they should have done. What they're doing now, or showing a petition, they should have done 10 years ago. I just want them to continue to show that, not just support, but have a closer watch to see and understand the problems that we're going through, from funding to beds to any bigger pressures and things can go on. So have a bit more focus now, not take the lid off. Now that the pandemic has come, the focus on just let it stay there and support it, but as long as they can.
Great, great. So, Dr. Neel, you're also called Dr. Pocket Square. Let's talk about a little bit about Dr. Pocket Square. You're I got inspired about what you do. You're a consultant, and at the same time, you're also a man fashions influencer. So, how did it come about, Dr. Pocket Square? What was the inspiration behind that one?
So I don't know how much of an influencer I am, but I try. I've had a keen interest on men's fashion for a period of time. Now, obviously, it takes time to evolve. It's one step at a time, and you've changed. And I always believe most of your communication is done even before 70% communication is done even before you say a word or speak with me. So the first thing someone looks at you is how you are. You like it or not, that's how you dress. And second thing I felt, being in a profession where I am, you need to dress professionally. You need to dress to talk the part. And so that's where it started from. And over a period of time, I evolved and you read a bit more about it, look about it, and your friend and colleagues support you on that. And then I started writing a blog 3 years ago, and that's when it started.
So why Dr. Pocket Square? That's it's like a prescription for men's fashion. Give us an injection, Doc. Give us an injection.
I'll tell you how it started, because these are pocket squares, right? These are pocket squares. Quite a few people are unaware of what a pocket square is, but these are pocket squares. It started actually with my brother and sister-in-law back in India, and I was wearing one of those jackets and and my brother would come up to me and say, "What's that colorful handkerchief?" Like, no, it's not a handkerchief, pocket square.
Okay.
And then he didn't know what it was, so same thing happened next evening, and he would make the same mistake, and I had to correct him again. So it was frustrating. He's like, "All right, calm down, Doctor." Right? So that's how the name came, and I've kept the name since then. I thought it fitted both the idea of pocket square and me being a doctor, and hence the name, pocket square.
Yes. So, Dr. Neel Reddy here. If you're on Instagram, you can follow Dr. Neel Reddy, Dr. Pocket Square. If you want a prescription about men's fashion, go to his Instagram page. And yes, I really admire you for what you're doing. I like the fashion that you actually share to people, the vlogs and everything. So I always ask this question as well to my guests, Dr. Pocket Square, on the lighter side. So it's just good to know that even though we are on our profession, that we do like a high pressure, high intensity, highly stressful job. That on the side, it's good to know what people do on the side as well. Just like you, being a doctor, a consultant, and then on the side you do a little bit of fashion, a bit of influencing on social media. That's really admirable for me. That's really admirable, and that's what make me really interested in what you do. I've never met any doctor who has actually got an Instagram page like you. Like an influencer. So that's really good, and I'm really glad that you accepted my invite here. So my last two questions. You're welcome. My last two questions would be: I always ask this to my guests. So if time and money is not an issue, what would you like to do?
Spend more time with your family and friends.
Great. So if you're going to have a dinner with somebody, it could be anybody in the world, right? It could be somebody's already dead, or it could be somebody still living. Who is this person that you're going to have dinner with? And what question would you ask this person?
I would say Nelson Mandela because I've always admired him, and the question I always want to ask is how did he manage for 27 years in the prison?
Wow.
And what 27 years? Talk about patience. That's yeah. Yeah, I'll have a list of questions to ask, but that'll be one of my top questions. 27 years in a prison and have that patience, it's yeah, it's immense.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. Dr. Neil, thank you very much for your time. I know you're very busy as well. Thank you very much. Please follow
Pleasure.
Dr. Neel Reddy in Instagram, Dr. Pocket Square. A lot of good advices about men's fashion. So thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see each other again when I come back to,
Soon, Jeremy.
sorry?
Yeah, thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me, and all the best for what you're doing, because you're doing what not most staff images do as well. You're quite active on social media. I wish you all the best, sending you all the energy to continue to do what you're doing.
Thank you very much, Dr. Neil. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye for now. So that was Dr. Neel Reddy. He's a A&E or emergency room consultant in one of the hospital trusts in Essex. I used to work with him for 3 years when I was a stroke nurse specialist. And let's just greet all our petty viewers tonight. Junar Nieva, thank you for watching. Francis Arman Cabanlit, Joel Levimin, Mimi Mili, Judith Aguada Akeru. Money, yes, of course, money. Sarah Farrell, hello, hello, Sarah Farrell. Lian de Friend, thank you for watching. One of our sisters in A&E. Hannah Schultz from the US. George Nels, hello there. Omar Palarca, Erica Zuzon, Sharina Cruz Caras, Bernadita Texon Edwards from Queen's Hospital, and Kuya Jeff Ruma Feliciano from MRI Department, and Jesus Espiritu, thank you for watching the from here in England. Thank you for watching of Philippine Violators. Hello there, one of the legends in the underground scene in the Philippines. So thank you very much, everyone, and I hope we had an insight of what a doctor or a nurse, a frontliner goes through, what they have to put up with, what they have to do during the peak of COVID pandemic. It was a very unprecedented situation. I myself, I never imagined that it's gonna happen in this lifetime. So I hope you found value in watching our live stream for tonight. And I would like to thank the following people that I'm very grateful for. Hujo, who designed my logo. And if you have any computer problems, please contact Hujo, Hoodjo, Hujo. And I would like to thank Chess Narbonita Cruz for my personalized mask. Here you go, Jhermination. Yeah, I've got my personalized mask. So if you want mask, please contact Chess Narbonita Cruz. Get two of them. There you go. And of course, the I would like to thank Briley Care. Erica Zuzon is watching. Briley Care, I love this pen. If you are a healthcare assistant or a nurse, you want some extra ship, please contact Briley Care Staffing Agency, the agency that truly, truly cares. I had this one ever since I started my live streaming with Jhermination. I always have this one. And of course, my 2 minutes selfie time, my look good, feel good at the comfort of your own home in 2 minutes. My Lumi Spa, it's my deep cleansing and skin renewal device I use twice a day. So if you want one, you know where I am. And of course, I never go without my nutritional supplements because our health is our first wealth. It's very important. Actually, this one from Pharmanex Cordymax is very good for lung function. So this is very good. I've started using this one, and my stamina and my breathing when I was jogging. I haven't jogged actually for about a week, Well, I started again, and it did wonders for me. This one, Cordymax. That's why I'm trying this one. And of course, One Philippines News Magazine, in collaboration with Jhermination, we have this One Nation Awards. You down. We have different categories: music, arts, health, fitness, and wellness, educational and inspirational, informational, social media and entertainment, love and light award. So if you know anybody who have excelled or have shown generosity, has been charitable during the lockdown period, and has risen above the challenge from mid-March up to this present time, please do nominate them. Visit our Facebook page and One Nation Awards UK 2020 and write your nominations there. So the awarding will be in September. So, thank you very much, everyone. And I would like to love you and leave you with this song that I was singing earlier, just to continue. We'll be counting stars. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in a river, lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in a river, lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in a river, lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in a river, lessons I learned. Everything that kills me makes me feel like lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Sink in the river, lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn. Sink in the river, lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn. Sink in the river, lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn. Sink in the river, lessons I learned. Thank you very much, everyone. And see you again. See you again. Molly Walker, hello there from Queen's Hospital. Thank you for watching, everyone. And stay safe, stay alert. Don't be complacent. Observe social distancing. Wash your hands. Face mask. Namaste. See you again. Thank you very much, everyone. I much appreciate it.